My fellow citizens and residents, I bring you greetings. Today, March the 22nd, is World Water Day, and it provides us with an opportunity to draw your attention to this precious resource called water. It is well documented that although about 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, only less than 1% is available for human use. A day like today thus provides an opportunity to emphasize the importance of fresh water to mankind. Every year a theme is selected, and some themes provoke our thoughts in different ways. This year's theme, Leaving No One Behind, provokes us to think deeply, and it beckons us not only to think, but to act. In 2015, the 2030 UN Agenda for Sustainable Development was launched, and 17 goals were established with the objective of eradicating poverty in all forms and seeking to realize the human rights of all. Back in 2010, the United Nations recognized the right to safe and clean drinking water and sanitation as a human right that is essential for the full enjoyment of life and all human rights. The human right to water entitles everyone, without discrimination, to sufficient, safe, acceptable, physically accessible, and affordable water for personal and domestic use, which includes water for drinking, personal sanitation, washing of clothes, food preparation, also personal and household hygiene. Access to safe water is therefore a fundamental human need and thus a basic human right. This year's theme is perfectly aligned with Sustainable Development Goal number 6 to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. A relatively simple idea to express, but requires tremendous effort and collaboration across all sectors. In St. Kitts, domestic water use has seen a significant increase in demand, and with tourism and agriculture, both rapidly growing sectors, a strain has now been put on an increasingly scarce resource, thus the need for collaboration could not be greater. Collaboration itself requires organization if it is to be successful. A potentially complex arrangement with competing needs of each sector requires deep thought, planning, and realistic execution of the said plans. Each sector must take the necessary steps to manage their portion efficiently and effectively, reuse and recycle where possible, and do as much as it can to keep our sources pristine and free of pollution. As the Water Services Department continues to build a more resilient water system, we must remain vigilant, thankful, and conscious. Thankful that we are not a part of some of the very troubling statistics regarding water. Billions around the world still do not have access to fresh water, or access is limited to a few hours per day. Over 700 children die every day of diarrhea, linked to the consumption of unsafe water and poor sanitation practices stemming from lack of water. 159 million people collect their drinking water from polluted surface sources, such as ponds and streams. Women and girls are responsible for water collection in 8 out of 10 households with water off premises. The drought of 2016 reminded us of the fragile nature of water supply, especially now in this era of climate variability. In different parts of the world, people are left behind without safe water for many different reasons. When your Team Unity government took office in 2015, We decided, however, that such will not be the case in St. Kitts and Nevis. For that reason, the Water Services Department surveyed every household in St. Kitts, and since that time, we have created a policy to connect each household with potable water. In order to leave no one behind, we remain cognizant of the fact that regulatory and legal frameworks must recognize the right to water for all of our people, and sufficient funding must be fairly and effectively targeted at those who need it most. Today, in addition to recognizing World Water Day, I must also reaffirm the commitment of your team unity government to protecting our water supply and making certain that every financial, economic, and social mechanism that is necessary to ensure the development of a resilient water system is put into place. This commitment would guarantee that we truly leave no one behind. To further focus attention on water-related issues, the Water Department has planned a few activities to which all are invited. These activities include the first annual Open Day to be held at the Water Services Department's compound at Needmouth Estate on March 29th. There will also be a walk through the Bastille Valley Wellfield area on March 30th, starting at 5:30 a.m. and gathering at the Water Services Department. There will be a Customer Appreciation Day and a Staff Appreciation Day as well. In closing, may I just remind us all that water is a critical building block of life. It is more than just an essentiality to quenching our thirst or protecting our health. Water is critical for creating jobs and stimulating economic, social, and human development. I must thank you very much, and I do hereby wish you all a happy World Water Day. May God continue to bless our beloved Federation.